Welcome students to our maths class. Let's learn chapter 13, Profit Loss.
Okay, now chapter number 13, the name of the lesson is Profit Loss. Okay, the name itself tells us that we are going to study something related to profit, related to loss, or we have to calculate something related to profit or loss. Now, what is profit? What is loss? These words are not new for us. We have heard these words before, or sometimes maybe we have used these words in our conversation. If we go for shopping, okay, when we buy some product, when we buy something, then when we ask for the amount what we have to pay, sometimes we bargain with the shopkeeper to make the price less. Okay, in that case, sometimes the shopkeeper says that no, I cannot make the amount less because it will be a loss for me. Okay, so these words like loss, profit, usually we think that it is always during dealing of money or dealing of some buying or selling. Okay, so let's understand this concept from the small example which is given on the first page of this lesson, that is page 65. Now you'll see here that they have given a picture where there are some two stalls are given there, and one stall it is written pav bhaji and other stall it is written bhel puri. Okay, now Pranav shopping for his stall and details of Sarita's shopping for her stall. So now these are the two stalls. One stall is of Pranav and one stall is for Sarita. Now to arrange for the stall and material what is required for the stall, they had to go for shopping. Okay, so Pranav had to bring vegetables, butter, bread, masala, and miscellaneous. Miscellaneous means some other things. Okay, for making pav bhaji. Now, whatever he had brought, the total is done, and I have written here total 174. So when Pranav went for shopping, okay, he had to spend 174 rupees. Okay, he had to buy all this for 1 rupees 174 so that he could make pav bhaji and sell. Okay, now the amount Pranav gained through his sales. Then Pranav made pav bhaji and then he sold that pav bhaji on his stall. Okay, and after selling pav bhaji, he earned amount 160 rupees. Now he had spent 174 rupees. Okay, he had spent 174 rupees for all the material he required, and after selling he got from the customers who came to buy pav bhaji at a stall, he got rupees 160 rupees. Now you can see here, we'll check for Sarita. Sarita's stall, she was selling bhel puri. Okay, and now whatever things she required for making bhel puri, okay, or serving bhel puri, she brought all these things, and then all this total after adding, she had to spend rupees 190 rupees. Okay, after spending 190 rupees, she could make the bhel puri and then she could put up the stall. After selling bhel puri on her stall, she sold that bhel puri and she got amount rupees 230. Okay, each one have spent something and each one has gained something. Okay, now if you look at the face here, Pranav looks a little unhappy, whereas you can see a smiling face of Sarita. Now, why Pranav is shown sad and why Sarita is shown happy? The reason is related to profit and loss. So, Pranav spent 174 rupees from his pocket, but only 160 rupees came in his pocket. So, Pranav had a loss. And because of this loss, Pranav is sad. Nobody wants to be in loss. Okay. Whereas Sarita spent rupees 190 from her pocket. But after selling bhel puri, she got 230 rupees in her pocket. So something more she got something more. She spent 190 rupees, of course, but she got more than 190, and therefore she is happy because she is in a profit. We all would like to have a profit. Okay. Now you saw here, in order to know whether it is a loss or whether it is a profit, we need to know how much we are spending and how much we are getting. Okay, now spending, getting are all the words which we use in our day-to-day life. But with respect to maths, when we are talking about maths, when we are spending some money, expenditure, okay, when we spend some money to buy something, that is always called a cost price. Okay, and the money what we get, okay, after doing some dealing, okay, or after selling something, when we get some amount, that is called the selling price. Same way here also, there is a cost price and there is a selling price. That means in order to know whether in a particular deal, if there is a profit or a loss, we need to know the cost price and a selling price. So let's begin with our chapter. Now next page, that is page number 66, they have given some very important two things over here, that when there is a loss and when there is a profit. Okay, just now in the small example of Pranav and Sarita, we came to know that who was in a profit and who was in a loss. So in Pranav's case, he spent more, but he got less. That is, his cost price was more, but his selling price was less. So when the selling price is less than the cost price, then there is a loss. And therefore, if we want to find how much is the loss, okay, we need to do some calculations. And the formula for the calculation is loss is equal to cost price minus selling price. Okay, same way in case of Sarita, Sarita had spent some amount, but she gained extra amount. So she had brought the things what she required at a cost price, but her selling price was more. When she sold Bhel Puri, she got more amount. So her selling price was more. So when the selling price is more than the cost price, then it is a profit, which Sarita got. And therefore, if we have to calculate how much is the profit, then we have the formula profit is equal to selling price minus cost price. So in your textbook on page number 66, this part which is at the center, now I know where both the formulas of profit and loss are given, and when you can identify whether it is a profit or a loss. Okay, so in a loss, always the selling price is less than the cost price. And in a profit, the selling price is more than the cost price. I hope this is clear. So you can mark this in your textbook, both the formulas, okay, and you can write this, what is written at the top. Same way, before you begin with your lesson, also you're going to write these formulas. So as I told you, in your notebook, you're going to write loss. When there is a loss, when the selling price, we write SP for selling price, is less than the cost price. Okay, and the formula for loss is equal to cost price minus selling price. And when there is a profit, when the selling price is greater than the cost price. And the formula for a profit is, that is selling price minus cost price. Okay. So here CP is cost price and SP is selling price. Now we begin with the practice set. Now in practice set 31, you will see that the third sum, fourth sum and seventh sum, these three sums are omitted. Okay, now we begin with the first sum. The cost price and selling price are given in the following table. Find out whether there is a profit or loss and how much. Okay, so now we can write here whether there is a profit or loss, but how much means we need a calculation, which cannot be done in the table. So you will do it on the paper and then you will do the calculation and then you will draw a table in your notebook and then you're going to fill the numbers whether there is a profit or a loss and how much it is. Okay, so proper calculation of all the four sums should be done, and then after solving all the four sums, a table will be made and in that table the answers will be written. So the first sum in practice set 31, that in the table is cost price is given as 4,500, selling price is given as 5,000. Now here we will see that the selling price is greater than the cost price. Okay, so selling price is 5,000, cost price is 4,500. Selling price is greater than the cost price, therefore it is a, you can check here also at the top that it is a profit. Okay, now if it is a profit, how much? So profit is equal to selling price minus cost price, which is equal to 5,000 minus 4,500, which is equal to rupees 500. Okay, so we have this first answer, that is it is a profit, and how much? 500. Now looking at the sum, you will say that it is so easy, we can write directly. You need to follow these steps. You need to write which is greater, what is smaller. Then you need to write whether it is a profit, whether it is a loss. Then the formula. Formula is important. After formula, substitute and the answer. So even if the numbers are easy to calculate orally, please do not do directly. You have to follow these steps. Okay. So since we have got it is a profit and it is a profit of rupees 500, after you finish solving all the four sums in the manner what I showed you, first one, solve all the four sums and then at the end you will draw this table and then you will write it is a profit, and the last column you will write how much? 500. So in this way the answers will come here whether it is a profit or a loss. So you are going to do the second, third and fourth for homework. Now the second sum, a shopkeeper bought a bicycle for rupees 3,000 and sold the same for rupees 3,400. How much was his profit? So already here it is mentioned that it is a profit. Okay, because the cost price bought the bicycle means the cost price is 3,000 and sold means the selling price. Okay, so here in the word problems, not necessary that you will get the words as cost price or selling price, but you should understand the meaning of that statement. When the shopkeeper brings a bicycle means he is giving money to buy. Okay, that becomes the cost price. And he sold means he's selling it, therefore this amount becomes the selling price. And already since they have mentioned it is a profit because the selling price is greater than the cost price, so it is a profit. How much is the profit? So you have to use the formula of profit as we have done earlier and then you have to solve. So even this is for homework. So even the second sum is for homework. Okay, so in the first part, the second, third and fourth you all will do on your own by using the formula, and the second sum is also for homework. Third and fourth sum are cancelled, so we'll move to the fifth sum. Now in the fifth sum, Pramod bought 100 bunches of methi greens for rupees 400. So bought means the cost price, always remember. He bought means he gave money and he bought. So it is the cost price. In a sudden downpour means due to the rains, 30 of the bunches of his hand cart got spoiled. Okay, so he was having those bunches of methi in the hand cart. Because they were open outside because of the rains, they got spoiled. He sold the rest at the rate of rupees 5 each. Each means one. Did he make a profit or a loss, and how much? So we are going to solve this sum. So let's begin. So it is sum number 5. So in the first one, we have done the first. In this, the second, third and fourth is for homework. Okay. Then the second sum is also for homework. I have explained how to be done. Now the third and the fourth, they are omitted. Therefore, we will go to the fifth sum. Now here in the fifth sum, you will see that Pramod bought 100 bunches. Okay, so the cost price of 100 bunches. Okay, how many? 100 bunches of methi green is rupees 400. So he brought 100 bunches for rupees 400. Okay, now out of this, due to downpour, what happened? 30 bunches got spoiled. So 30 bunches were spoiled. Out of 100, if 30 were spoiled, okay, so out of 100, if 30 were spoiled, how many were remaining? 70 bunches were good. Okay, so remaining are 70 bunches are the remaining ones. Okay, now we have to see that what happens to these 70 bunches. These remaining bunches he sold, but he sold at a rate of rupees 5 each. Each means one. He didn't sell all the 70 bunches for 5 rupees. It means 5 rupees each. So one bunch he sold for 5 rupees. So we need to find for 70 bunches how much. Okay, so Pramod sold methi greens. How he sold? One bunch sold for rupees 5. Okay, so if he is selling one bunch for rupees 5, then 70 bunches was sold for 70 into 5. Okay, in earlier videos also I have explained, when you have to find for many from 1, we multiply. 1 is given rupees 5, we have to find for many. So we multiply. Okay, and 7 5s are 35 and this 0. 350. So he sold 70 bunches for rupees 350. Therefore the selling price, okay, so therefore the selling price now becomes, the selling price of methi green is now rupees 350. Okay, he bought methi for 400 rupees and he sold methi for 350 rupees. And the reason was because some of the methi greens, they were spoiled. So he bought it for 400, sold it for 350, means the cost price is more and selling price is less. Therefore, okay, the cost price is more than the selling price. If the cost price is more than the selling price, then it is a loss. Okay, so we'll write, therefore it is a loss. And how much? So loss is equal to cost price minus selling price, which is equal to 400 minus 350, which is equal to rupees 50. Therefore, Pramod incurred a loss of rupees 50. Incurred means he made a loss. So this is a word what we use. So Pramod incurred a loss of rupees 50. Now the next sum is the sixth one. Sharad bought 1 quintal of onions for rupees 2000. 1 quintal is 100 kgs. Later he sold them all at the rate of rupees 18 per kg. Did he make a profit or incur a loss? And how much was it? So here we have to again find whether it's a profit or a loss and how much. Okay. Before we begin, we will write here that 1 quintal is equal to 100 kgs. Okay. So the cost price of 1 quintal is given. Okay, that is 100 kg of what? Onions. Is how much? Rupees 2000. Okay, now he bought it for 2000. Okay, therefore the cost price is 2000. Now while selling, the price is given for per kg. Okay, so he sold, that is the selling price, he sold, not right price, he sold at the rate of rupees 18 per kg. So that is 1 kg he sold for 18 rupees. Therefore, selling price of 100 kg. Here nothing has got spoiled like the earlier sum. Here all the 100 kg are safe. So if the cost price of 1 kg is 18 rupees, therefore the selling price of 1 kg is 18 rupees, then the selling price of 100 will be 18 into 100, which is equal to rupees 1800. Okay, now if the cost price is rupees 2000 and if the selling price is rupees 1800, we can see here that the selling price is less than the cost price. So again here there is a loss. Selling price is less than the cost. So he has spent more and he has got less. Okay, therefore it is a loss. Okay, and it is a loss how much? So for that, loss is equal to cost price minus selling price. The cost price is 2000 minus selling price is 1800, which is equal to rupees 200. Okay, therefore Sharad incurred a loss of rupees 200. Okay, very simple. Now moving to practice set 32. Again here the third and the sixth sum, they are cancelled. We are doing the first, second, fourth and the fifth sum. Okay, now in this practice set, we are going to calculate profit and loss. But here there is one more extra thing, that is during buying or during selling, usually during buying, when we are buying anything, when you are buying any product, okay, it is not only the money what we are giving for that product, but sometimes it includes the transportation. That is, if we are buying something which has to be bought to the shop or which has to be bought to the place through a vehicle. Now the cost what we have to spend for the transport, that also has to be included in the cost price, because we are giving that money. Okay, we are spending that money. So if we are giving the money to buy any product, we are also investing the money into the transport. Okay, so even that has to be calculated, and that we are going to study in this practice set. So the first sum, from a wholesaler, Santosh bought 400 eggs for rupees 1500 and spent 300 on transport. Now this is what I was explaining. If he's bringing 400x, he'll not come walking. Okay, he has to come in some way. He has to get the x in some vehicle. Okay, now that vehicle, naturally, he will, even if he's having his own vehicle, he has to spend on the petrol. Okay, or if he's hiring any vehicle, he has to give for the vehicle, whatever transport money is there. So even that money he's spending from his pocket. So he's spending for 400x for sure, and extra he's spending from his pocket for the transport. Okay, so for 400x he's given rupees 1500, and for transport he has given 300. So 1500 and 300 he has spent from his pocket. So that becomes the cost price. Okay, so in this particular exercise we are going to calculate total cost price. Now what is the total cost price? Sometimes we have to spend for octroi, sometimes for transport. Okay, so all that will come under total cost price. And then he 50x from that fell and broke. He sold the rest of the eggs at rupees 5 each. Did he make a profit or a loss, and how much? So let's continue and see how we can solve this. Okay, the first sum. Now as I told you, the cost price, okay, of 400x is equal to rupees 1500. Okay, then the amount was spent for transport. So transport, that is rupees 300. Okay, now total cost price will be adding the cost price and the transport. So total cost price is equal to cost of the eggs plus transport, which is equal to 1500 plus 300, which is equal to rupees 1800. Okay, so total cost price is this. Now out of the total eggs, which is equal to 400, how many broke? That is fell down and broke 30. How many eggs broke? That is 30. Therefore, how many eggs are remained? So eggs remained. Out of 400, 30 fell and broke. So now we are having only 370 eggs. Okay, so we have to see what is done with this 370 eggs. Okay, now this 370 eggs, they were sold at the rate of rupees 5 each. Okay, 370 eggs were sold at the rate rupees 5 each. Okay, that is one egg was sold for rupees 5. Therefore 370 eggs were sold for how much? For rupees. If it is given for 1 and we have to find for many, we have to multiply. So 370 multiply by 5. Okay, and the answer is 1850. So rupees 1850. Okay, so you can do the calculation at the side. Now this is the selling price, because 370 only were sold. They had brought 400 but 30 broke, and therefore only left were 370, and those were sold. Okay, so now the cost price, the total cost price was rupees, if you check the total cost price, what we had got is 1800. Okay, and the selling price is now rupees 1850. I am writing it again because it is easier for us to compare. Okay, now here you will see that the selling price is more than the cost price. selling price is more than the cost price. And here this is a simple calculation. We know 50 rupees is more, but still we have to calculate. Now if selling price is greater than the cost price, therefore it is a profit. Okay, remember this first thing what I had written. You have to study it well, that when it is a profit and when it is a loss. So when the selling price is more, it is a profit. And how much? To find how much, we have to use the formula. That is, profit is equal to selling price minus cost price. That is 1850 minus 1800. That is rupees 50. Therefore, Santosh, who brought the eggs, therefore Santosh made a profit of rupees 50. Now the second sum is for homework because it is similar to the first one. Okay, so you just have to add the transport and the octroi, what is given extra money, to the cost price, and then you have to solve. So it is similar to the first sum. Fourth one we will do now. Kusumtai bought 80 cookers at rupees 700 each. So 80 cookers were brought, but at the rate of 700 for one. So we don't know for 80 cookers how much she spent. Transport, the cost was rupees 1280. If she want a profit of rupees 18,000, what should be the selling price per cooker? So she has not sold yet, but she needs a profit of rupees 18,000. So here already the profit is given, and we have to find out how much should be the selling price per cooker. So for one cooker. Okay, so let's begin. So as I told you, the second sum is for homework. We will do the fourth one because the third one is cancelled. Okay, now the cost price of one cooker is given. Cost price of one cooker is equal to rupees 700. Okay, therefore the cost price of 80 cookers. Simple calculation we have done many times now. If it is given for one and we have to find for many, we multiply. So it is 700 into 80, which is equal to 56,000. Okay, 8 sevens are 56 and 3 zeros. Okay, so Kusumtai bought these 80 cookers for 56,000. Now, when Kusumtai bought those 50 cookers, she had to pay for the transport also. Okay, so the transport, what she had spent is equal to rupees 1280. So now therefore the total cost price of 80 cookers is equal to the costing of cookers plus the transport. Okay, so it is 57,280 rupees. Okay, so this is the total cost price. Now Kusumtai has not sold the cookers yet, but Kusumtai wants a profit. And how much profit she wants? Of rupees 18,000. Okay, so what should be the selling price? Now, how much she has spent altogether? 57,280. And in that additional she wants 18,000. So we will see how much is that amount first. So that will become our selling price. Okay, that will become our selling price. She has spent 57,280. How? 56,000 she paid for cookers and 1,280 she spent for transport. So altogether she has spent 57,280. And along with that she wants extra 18,000. Okay, this 18,000 she wants extra as a profit. So we will see that for what rate she has to sell all those 50 cookers. And this is for 50 cookers, 80 cookers, sorry. This what we are doing for 80 cookers. The cost price of 80 cookers, and after selling all the 80 cookers, she should get at least a profit of 18,000. Okay, so we will add this, and after adding, you all will do it in the calculation. We get the answer 75,000 to 80. So it is 75,000 to 80. Okay, now this is the selling price of 80 cookers. Okay, remember this. The selling price of 80 cookers should be rupees 75,000 to 80. Then only she will make a profit of 18,000. But they have asked us to find the selling price of one cooker. Okay, so if we have to find the selling price of one cooker, so again in last videos also I have explained that if it is given for many and when we have to find for one, we need to divide. Okay, so we will divide this number, that is 75280 divided by 80. So kindly do this calculation in your rough work and you will get the answer 941. Okay, so one cooker, if she sells for 941 rupees, she will make a profit of 18,000. Therefore, the selling price of each cooker should be, okay, it should be, because it has not been sold, okay, should be rupees 941. Okay, so again one cooker was brought for 700, so 80 cookers were brought for 56,000, but transport also was given, so both together she spent from her pocket 56,000 and 1280. So total cost price was 57,280. Now she wants to sell, but she wants a profit of 18,000. So she has spent this 57,280 plus extra she wants, plus she wants 18,000. So we will see actually how much it becomes. So this is the amount what she has spent and this she wants as a profit. So 75,280. If she sells all the 80 cookers for this amount, then she'll be in a profit of 18,000. Okay, so if the selling price of 80 cookers is 75,280, then for one cooker, what is the selling price? We will divide and we get 941. This is our answer. The fifth sum is also for homework, but I will just explain you all how it has to be done. Indrajit bought 10 refrigerators at 12,000 each and spent 5,000 on transport. For how much should he sell each refrigerator in order to make a profit of rupees 20,000? Now Indrajit, he bought 10 refrigerators, but the cost of one refrigerator is given. Okay, so first we need to find what is the cost of 10 refrigerators. Okay, now 10 multiplied by 12,000 will be the cost of 10 refrigerators. It will be 1,20,000. Okay, so for 10 refrigerators, if he's spending 1,20,000, how did we get 1,20,000? Cost of one refrigerator is 12,000. So cost of 10 refrigerator, how much? 10 multiplied by 12,000 will give you 1,20,000. But he spent something more also. He spent 5,000 extra for transport. So total what he spent from his pocket is 1,20,000 and 5,000. So 1,25,000 he has spent. So the cost price is 1,25,000. But he wants to make profit of, you will see here, he wants to make a profit of 20,000. So 1,25,000 is what he has spent, plus extra he wants 20,000. So you will add, okay, and whatever amount you get, we have to find that what is the selling price of one refrigerator. How much should he sell each refrigerator? Each again is 1. So now that amount what we'll get for 10 refrigerators. For one refrigerator, we will divide by 10. So follow the same steps of the fourth sum. Okay. With this, we finished with practice set 32. Now, this chapter, that is profit and loss, profit loss, practice set 31 and practice set 32, whichever sums are there and which are being solved in the video and which are given for homework, they all have to be completed in your notebook.
Thank you students for watching this video and have a nice day.